Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 39 of Baldur's Gate 3, a full and blind playthrough. Hi. This is the first time that I'm recording this in a very long time. Basically, I recorded like super far ahead of time in preparation for Maveritt's. We stream every day in May. This year was July due to the Oblivion remaster. So, yeah, basically all the channels have just been running on autopilot while we were doing Maveritt's. So this is the first time I'm jumping back into any sort of recording session in a long time. So what I'm saying is, bear with me. It has been a while, and yeah, we basically need to catch up with everything. So I guess that's the first thing that we should do. The character sheet is showing something new. We'd probably just have a bunch of stuff. We should just get a feel for everything that's going on. So obviously, yeah, we've got ya boy Fear, the level 10 warlock under the Great Old One subclass. Mephistopheles Tiefling sub-race, Tiefling being the race, Charlatan background. Then we've got Lae'zel, your girl, level 10 fighter, battle master, Githyanki soldier. Then we got your girl, Shadowheart, level 10 cleric, life domain, high half-elf, acolyte, Saluna. And then you got your girl, Karlach, level 10 barbarian, berserker, Zariel, tiefling, which is the sub-race of tiefling, outlander.
No one back home.
So that's our party, and then we've also got 5 of these parasites to use, but we can't do anything else. The outer ring is locked, and that's probably because we denied the Emperor, was that his name? His want to have us evolve, because that just sounds bad. I don't want to do it. Then taking a look at our journal, we're going to click R3 to hide completed, which feels like it never works. We've got to confront the Elder Brain, who is being controlled by the last 2 triplicate of evil, whatever they are. Gortash, which is the kind of like mayor or whatever of Baldur's Gate 3. And he is the chosen of either Bane or Baal, because we already killed Ketheric Thorm, who's the chosen of Miracle. So we have to kill, Gortash, stop him from controlling the Elder Brain, as well as that woman, who I'm forgetting her name currently, but she was the chosen of Bane? One or the other. So get Gortash's Netherstone, there it is. Get Orin's Netherstone, that's the woman, there it is. Gather your allies. Deal with the devil. Oh, that's right. We're about to meet Raphael. Oh my god, I'm excited for that. That's right. Because Raphael's in this room talking with that one dude, the Githyanki guy. So free Orpheus, that's the other big thing. I don't know if Orpheus is actually evil. I'm getting a strong feeling he's good and that we should help him. Embrace your potential, which I don't want to do. Commune with the Astral Touch Tadpole and then unlock the final abilities, but I don't want to be a full Mind Flayer. I don't. Sorry. Help Kithrak Voss, who we're about to meet as well, I think. Rescue the Grand Duke, who is Will's dad. So we don't know where he is yet. Free the artist. We got to find him. That's a side quest. Aid the Underduke. Visit the guild hall. It sounds like there's an Undercity with a whole crime ring going on. Destroy the Steel Watch Foundry, which is the Steel Watch that Gortash is using those robots to control Baldur's Gate. Find Dribbles the Clown. We got to collect his body parts. That's right. Investigate suspicious toys. In the lower city as well. Search for Mole. We don't know where she is. Investigate Kazdor for Astarion. Kazdor, the master vampire. Find the Night Song, which we found. She's a person, and she's in our camp. Search the cellar. The Necromancy of Thay, which is crazy that it takes this long to get going with that. And then we've got the Companion's Quest. So that's what we've got going on, and it seems like we're literally about to meet Raphael talking with Kithrak Voss, which is at least the vibe that I got.
Devil's Den.
The Devil's, because the Devil's Den literally sounds like where Raphael would be. So I'm going to open this, and we'll walk inside.
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes, give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael, for the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
For the first time, your mind is clear? Okay, so by the way, I made an update video on this channel recently, and I talked about how I wanted to put a bigger focus on voice acting. Now, I would like to do that in the future after Baldur's Gate 3 is done, but while we're doing Baldur's Gate 3, it's a good chance to voice act. Now, here's the thing. I think as far as voice acting goes, I've got the voice and I've got the range for it, but as any professional voice actor will tell you, it always comes down to the acting. It's the acting that's going to be the challenge for me. So I do want to get better at that while I make videos. So I do want to work on my acting. So it might be a little cringy. It might take me, time to figure it out. But, while I'm recording, I would like to use that time to get better at it. Raphael's voice actor is a fantastic example of somebody who is, he's fantastic. He puts the acting into the performance and also has a great voice. So I have to think of I don't have any experience with acting. That's the challenging part. I'm trying to figure out myself, but I also want to learn through actual classes, but that'll come in time. But as well as doing it. So the way that I can think about practicing acting is who is Thier? What is he? And channeling my performance through what he is as a character, who he is, as opposed to just doing a voice and nailing the voice. Because doing the voice and nailing the voice is not nearly as important as acting, right? So, did you just cure me of the tadpole with a click of your fingers? Oh, I feel empty. What did you do? Another party trick. Show me something real. I think we'll say this. So I almost don't want to do the British accent anymore because it's harder to act when you have the layered accent. I feel like the accent thing would come after, but I don't know. I've talked as Thier this whole time, so it might be weird. Another party trick. Show me something real.
That was no party trick. Somebody's missing. Can't you tell? That illithid you keep in your pocket can't hear us anymore.
Huh. What's the catch?
So he subdued the Emperor or whatever. I trust the illithid more than I trust you. He's a devil. You never ever should trust a devil. But the illithid I also don't trust. Speak freely. Clever. You promised me. Yeah. Clever. But when we first met, you promised me a cure. This is not one.
I'd ask you to be patient, but you've been patient enough. Now is the time to speak plain. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though.
So the question is, why does he want the Elder Brain destroyed, right? The key in the palm of my hand. The Emperor, Orpheus. Yeah, Orpheus. Oh my god, Orpheus. I've been listening to so much Hades Town, which deals with Orpheus and Eurydice. Oh, what is Orpheus's... That's got to be a hint, right? Because for that, anybody that doesn't know, Orpheus is the classic Greek tale where it's like Orpheus goes into, I think, Hades to rescue Eurydice, but Hades says they can go free as long as he doesn't turn around, and then he turns around dooming her, basically, I think is how it goes. But there's a musical play called Hadestown, which is phenomenal. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, so I wonder what the deal with Orpheus is, because he's kind of stupid, I feel like. He's like the dumb boyfriend archetype. But anyways, I'm curious how that relates to Orpheus, but... Orpheus.
Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
See, that's a great, how she just did that take right there. Speak, devil, we're listening. They've got the voice so down, but it's the inflections, it's the acting component. That's what I want to really get good at. And if anybody has any tips, or if anybody knows about voice acting, feel free to drop them in the comments. It's just the accent, that's the hard part. I almost kind of want to not do the accent with Thea so I can practice that, but again, it's just weird because we've done the accent the whole time. Why would I want to free him?
I suppose you'd rather suck on the Emperor's tentacles till the end of your days? Orpheus is your only hope of surviving this horror show without devolving into an illithid. To you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an elder brain.
I mean, I do like the sound of Orpheus. I just don't know if he's... The fact that Raphael, the devil, wants us to free him should be a sign that there's something obviously going on here.
All the evidence I've seen suggests Orpheus is my enemy, and the Emperor my ally.
If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met. To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
But then why? Yeah, well, I mean, well, what's the point of that if he just attacks me afterwards anyways?
It's worth taking the risk. How do I free Orpheus?
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now.
It's very convenient that you have exactly what I need.
Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return.
There it is. Of course.
Just tell me what you want.
I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir.
Very interesting. Now, I wonder if we can betray him and kill him. He's obviously going to do something bad. What would be very cool is if they set up Raphael to be the big bad of Baldur's Gate 4. Your actions save the world, but they create even a worse threat somewhere down the line. That'd be cool, but I don't know.
I'm tempted, but tell me why you're so eager to get a hold of the crown.
I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky, like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Carsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Carsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. The hope of creating a better world, and the perils of unchecked hubris. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me.
Zariel wouldn't like that much. But even I'm not so desperate to spite her I'd put the hells in this bastard's hands.
Very interesting. So he wants to get the crown to unite the Nine, which I'm assuming is the 9 main devils. Baal, right? Bane. I think they're devils? Like Belphegor. There's classic names that have popped up that you hear in other fantasies as well. So, I mean, that would be bad. If he was like the king of all the devils, is probably going to end up at our doorstep eventually. What makes you think you'd succeed in using the crown? Why didn't you take the crown there and then... Oh, I'll take the crown and use its power myself.
What makes you think you'd succeed in using the crown where Carsus couldn't?
I am no mortal, and I do not fail.
I don't know. I feel like it would turn out bad.
The idea of you ruling all 9 hells doesn't fill me with joy.
The hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them.
Well, if they stay within them, I mean, that sounds good, but I don't think we should ever trust Raphael.
Why haven't you got hold of the crown already?
It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He's not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play.
God, he's so good, man. I really want to get to his level. Like, he's so good. Like, every little flair he puts on every word.
What makes you so sure I'll get the crown?
It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Man, this is getting spicy. Let me double check that I'm recording my audio because I don't want to miss this, which I am. Yeah, this is getting interesting. I really love what they did with the plot, man. Okay. Well, yeah, I do kind of trust Raphael more so than the Emperor. I don't trust either of them, but I like Raphael's path more. And if Raphael ever gets above his station, we'll kill him too in the future. I'm assuming, unless they cover that in Baldur's Gate 3, which would be very surprising. I'm assuming that'll be a Baldur's Gate 4 thing. I'd rather destroy the crown than risk it falling into the wrong hands. Agreed. Control the crown myself. No deal, I'm leaving. I think we take the deal knowing we can stop Raphael if he ever tries to do anything bad, which he will try to do, something bad.
I agree to the deal. Where do I sign?
What? You can't be serious.
Right here. You'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal.
Okay, he's probably wording it where like, well, I said a mortal. I didn't say a god. And then he like takes over a god or something. I'm betting that will happen.
What happens if I don't give you the crown when the time comes?
I will come to collect. If you refuse to give me the crown, I collect your souls instead. And then we all gather in the House of Hope. Me dressed in my finest silks, you skinless, hanging from a hook to watch as your world dies.
He's such a good... this guy is like what I want to aspire to be in voice acting. All right, let's sign the contract. Karlach disapproves. 6 new journal updates available. I just like this route. I mean, obviously it's dumb to sign a deal with the devil.
One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my House of Hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolist can offer some comfort. Or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
A diabolist? Item received, the Orphic Hammer. Man, yeah, I'm getting excited where this plot is going. I did not expect anything like this. So let's sort by latest. The Orphic Hammer. Legendary, 3 to 12 damage. 1d10, 1d8 plus 2 bludgeoning. Spell resistance, you have advantage on saving throws against spells. Not bad. Weapon enchantment plus 3 on shackling strike class action. Proficiency with this weapon unlocks Every contract a devil makes has some form of insurance. This one is cast in infernal iron and was forged in deep ruinous hellfire. Not proficient with martial weapons. This is a war hammer. It's kind of funny we can give that to Karlach, who hates this. Now, what is unshackling strike? Smite the magical bonds, keeping a creature restrained, paralyzed, and stunned, freeing it. So specific to Orpheus's thing, but you might be able to use that on, you know, a party member, basically. Let's send that to Karlach, and let's compare that.
Let's march.
So what has she got currently? The halberd, of vigilance, which is 3 damage higher on average. 1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception checks. It seems like hers is better, but yeah. So Kithrak Voss should actually like this since we're freeing Orpheus, which he would want, you would think, right? Now we can also talk to Karlak, who's going to be upset, but she'll get over it.
In here I thought you had half a brain. How wrong I was. You signed a deal with Raphael. What were you thinking?
We'll be able to get out of it, I think, especially because the game has already hinted that there's a way to get out of the deal.
I did what needed to be done. Sometimes that involves making unexpected deals.
You were too hasty. There would have been another way. And now you've given Raphael the right to your soul.
Hold on. Raphael doesn't have my soul. If I abide by the contract, I owe him nothing.
What if you change your mind about giving him the crown? What if you decide that giving Raphael dominion over the Hells is a bad idea? And anyway, do you really expect him to keep his word? You think he'll stay far away from you forevermore, or will he come knocking again and again and again? As long as he has that contract, he owns you. I won't allow that.
You won't allow that?
You're letting your past dealings with devils color your judgment.
You're letting your ignorance color yours. We're getting that contract back. You heard him, right? It's in his god's awful House of Hope. We need to find a way in. I swore I'd never return to the Hells. But for your soul, I'll make an exception. Just this once. We need to find a Diabolist. If we can find one worth their salt, they should be able to get us into that devil's lair. I'm getting in, getting your contract, and then I'm never setting foot in the Hells again.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's why I signed the deal with him, because it kind of seemed like there's a way to get out of it. I am curious, though, this game's so good, like, I'm sure you
There
can...
you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts.
It was nice to have a moment of peace and quiet.
I can understand that. There's reprieve in solitude. But it's concerning that something could intervene like that, especially when we are so close to the Elder Brain. Do you have any idea what it was?
We're going to go fully against the Emperor at this point. I am really curious if he's to be trusted. He totally could be. He totally could just want you to become a full-on Mind Flayer. But yeah, it's not the way that I would want to go. If I was Thier in real life, I would never want to turn into a monstrosity. There's always a different way, right? So I think we deceive here. Pretend to be clueless. What are our bonuses? We get a whole, yeah, deception, my god.
It was the Elder Brain. It was trying to take hold of me.
Okay, we're going to add guidance, a DC of 25, total bonus 19 to 27, meaning we basically need about a 5. Hopefully not a natural 1. That should do it. Rapture? Whoa. Oh my god! Almost a 40 roll. Jeez Louise.
Then the situation is worse than I thought. If it read your thoughts, it knows exactly what your intentions are, and it is already plotting countermoves to stop you. We must press on. I will bolster your mental defenses. Let us hope that allows us to regain some of our lost advantage before it finds you.
Bolster my mental defenses? So do we have a new kind of like thing? Recast, temporary hit points. What is Rapture? Affected entity has a d6 bonus to attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. What is that from? That might have been from that druid or dryad interaction from before. Did he give me anything? I don't know if he did. Not really sure. Maybe he just said that. Okay, Lae'zel wants to talk. Lae'zel should be happy, I think.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free.
Let's hope Orpheus doesn't rip our heads off the moment we free him.
The prince will be suspicious, but he won't be reckless enough to turn on his liberators. There'd be too little to gain from our deaths, and too much to lose. Now, to the Shares's Caress taproom. We must tell Voss the news.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Voss will be happy, as I said, considering he wants to see Orpheus freed. I'm very, very curious about Orpheus, because, yeah, it does sound like he's going to attack us immediately, but maybe if we just pass a check, he'll, understand we're on his side. White Bishop orders a plain and adorned note. White Bishop, prepare yourself for a major speech in your temple extolling Flame Portier for her successes protecting the city and fighting crime. She is clearly a favorite of both mortals and immortals, and you can hint that fate and destiny may conspire to place her in command of Baldur's Gate. Your sermon will be printed in full in Baldur's mouth, so remember that you are speaking not just to Helm's devotees, but to every citizen of the Gate. Orate, elevate, and inspire. That will cancel your debt, and I don't doubt you will end up as a key player in the new regime. Ready yourself, R. Which is Raphael. White Knight orders. White Knight, your task is finally at hand. As commander of the Sea Tower, you're close to all the sub-commanders of the Flaming Fist. Sound them out as to their willingness to support the possibility of Flame Portier's promotion to Marshal and perhaps even beyond. Encourage those who are lukewarm to be prepared to rank themselves behind Portier when events elevate her in power and prominence. However, for those who would oppose her, don't push them. Just make a note of their names and positions, and they will be dealt with by other means. That will cancel your debt and doubtless line you up for greater responsibilities as well. Prepare yourself, R. White Pawn orders. White Pod, you were to find a high-profile, unsolved crime and confess to it, turning yourself into Porter after arranging at Baldur's Mouth for coverage. You know which reporter to use. Your position in the FF barracks should make it easy to identify a crime that, when resolved, will add greatly to Portier's renown. That will cancel your debt. Don't worry about the why. It's a pawn's place to be sacrificed so other pieces can win the game. R. Okay, so... yeah, I don't know what that's all about exactly, but obviously Raphael manipulating people to do things. Devil Don't Rhyme, a verse epic. This is a heroic fantasy in verse form told in the first person by a bold poet who challenges a devil clearly modeled on Raphael to an improvised poetry contest to win back the soul of his lover. The following couplet has been encircled in red ink. If the line doesn't scan the devil's sneers, you forfeit your soul and end in tears. Ha, I'll keep my time and make my rhyme with vim and snap and no down came the claw crap. Herm. Okay, yeah, I'm very curious how much this ties into Orpheus and Eurydice, considering it's similar with Hades kind of representing Raphael a little bit. Maybe or maybe not. Invasion plans for Baldur's Gate. Okay, supplication scrapbook. Notes and letters from mortals to Raphael begging for boons, help, and assistance. Margin notes call out the devil's favorites, as in this example says she wants her siblings out of the way so she can take full control of the family business, only so their late mother will be properly honored by its efficiency and profitability. How utterly disingenuous. One has to admire it. There's no profit for me in taking her gnarly little soul. Helping her would be sheer indulgence, but if I'm not indulging myself, why bother with any of this? Okay. So let's go out here. It's locked. Let's lockpick it.
Past this.
We'll add the guidance. DC of 20. Get a 17. We could try again with Thieves' Tools. We have 9 left. There's the 22. So what is out here? I guess it's just a way to sneak in. Surprised there's nothing out here. I also saw a ladder, I think, on the other side of that wall. Yeah, there's a ladder over there. How do you get to that ladder? You might have already done that, maybe. Okay, so yeah, in the last episode, we were basically discovering all of Shares's Caress, because there's a lot of themed rooms. This one is that one where I think we reloaded the save, but we were spending time with that one lady. All right. By the way, if you're watching this, you're most likely a patron on patreon.com/Grovan. I wanted to let you know I took all the feedback that people gave for the last update video, and I did add 2 more tiers. So we basically have a $1, $5, $10 tier. The $5 and $10 tiers give you little bonuses. So yeah, if you ever wanted to up, because basically a bunch of people said that they would like to have additional tiers. If you ever want more perks added, let me know in the Discord. We do have a Discord, which I need to add to the description of this video. In fact, let me make a note for that. Add Discord. So we do have a Discord for patrons, members, and for Twitch subscribers. So yeah, let me know in the suggestions box if you think of any good things to add to the 2nd and 3rd tiers, because the 1st tier has a ton of stuff. But basically, if you're a patron, check your perks, because there's a whole bunch of them now. And yeah, the 2nd and 3rd tiers are new as well. FYI. Okay. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything as far as Sharess's caress goes.
The librarian does this thing with her whip.
Yeah, there was the dryad over there. So now we need to go back down and talk to Kithrak Voss and see what he says about this whole debacle. Looks like he's on this very floor. In this room? There he is right there. Kithrak Voss, ready to parry.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
Raphael did not offer any bargain. Show him the hammer.
The hammer? How can it be that you came to possess it? Was it Raphael?
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss, and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry.
Yeah, that's interesting. So now the Emperor knows that we have the hammer. Ignore the Emperor. You need to let me into the prism. Is there any way I can convince you I'll find a way to free Orpheus from your clutches?
You need to let me into the prism.
No, I do not.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought.
Orpheus sensed the tadpole before, and his guard attacked. Won't he attack if we free him?
The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he abhors Geich. He might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth and slander your name. But he will see reason. I promise you.
Getting into the astral prism will be complicated.
Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met so many others.
Goodbye.
Journal updated the Githyanki warrior. Okay, let's wait for that to go away. Complete help Kithrak Voss. Help Kithrak Voss. We showed Voss the Orphic Hammer, and he gave us a powerful silver sword, the highest grade of weapon in Githyanki custom. He left to prepare for the revolution that will follow Orpheus's deliverance. We get the Silver Sword of the Astral Plane, legendary 5 to 20 damage, 2d6 plus 2 slashing, 1d6 psychic conditional. Githborn psionic weapon. When wielded by a Githyanki, this weapon deals an additional 1d6 of psychic damage. Githborn psionic resistance. A Githyanki holding this weapon has advantage on int, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, resistance to psychic damage, and cannot be charmed. Weapon enchantment plus 3. And then you also get, looks like a special ability, which is Soulbreaker, which we already had on that other weapon. So that sounds awesome. Hopefully it's a flat upgrade. We'll send that to Lae'zel.
Action, not reaction.
Okay, so 13 to 28 versus 11 to 24, so the damage is better.
Not want to know.
Oh, so this is just better, yeah. This is just flat out better. So equip that, and then where's her other weapon? Soulbreaker, Greatsword, we will send to camp. Okay, not bad.
A lot on my mind. And
Well, I mean, yeah, I like how everything is currently situated.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it.
Oh, this is like... I think this is his, like, assistant or whatever.
A blast straight to the heart.
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. Everyone I bleed with the sword will be my tribute to Prince Orpheus.
Orpheus! Think on your knowledge of Githyanki silver swords, what details did Lae'zel miss? Don't know if we're going to pass this one. DC of 18. Man, oh man, we need a high roll here. Whoa! Nat 20, baby. That's the highest of rolls. I'll take
You
that.
recall another fact about silver swords. The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
The Githyanki forbid their use by all other peoples.
Only Gith are permitted to wield these swords, right?
Only Gith's children may wield swords of silver. Unless a Githyanki grants the right in exceptional circumstance. The Illithid Grand Design nears. The true heir is shackled. These are exceptional circumstances. I grant my allies the right to my silver.
Very much appreciated. But you're going to be the one wielding it.
Could this sword be enough to break Orpheus free?
Certainly not, or the Prince's honor guard would have already fractured his prison. To break Orpheus free, we will need the Orphic Hammer.
Well, luckily we have that.
What makes the silver sword so special?
A Kithrak's silver sword is more than a weapon. It is an extension of your will, an entire limb unto itself. You merely need to think strike, and it strikes. The sword carves the correct path and carries your arm with it. The ancient slates tell us that each sword holds a fragment of the living gate, a flesh portal made from the stuffs of nightmare.
The terrible living gate. Thinner than a lamb's hair and hidden deep beneath the Feywild.
The silver injures the body. The gate's flesh injures the mind. A formidable weapon against Gaich.
Very interesting.
On to other matters.
Very well.
Okay, so we still got these two, which is whatever. Those aren't new. Now let's talk to Carilla. Who's Carilla?
A toast to Raphael's latest client, the savior of the city.
I think I made a bad choice. What is happening with our dagger, by the way? I forget which dagger that is. I hope you're right about saving the city.
The boss is always right, even though he's so very wrong.
Well, that doesn't ease me at all.
You're very enthusiastic. You really like working for Raphael?
More than anything. My old dwarfen master used to beat me and feed me scraps. Raphael treats me right and feeds me well. Better to feast in the hells than go begging in the heavens.
I don't know about that.
What exactly is your job?
When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure.
Who would be stupid enough to break into a devil's home?
Devils often have prettier hordes than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves. But sometimes the thieves are rich, smart, or well-connected enough to come back in one piece. Take our esteemed Lord Gortash, for example.
She's enjoying your company, and the liquor has loosened her tongue, but she's anxious about the direction the conversation's taking.
What does that mean? Have you ever been tempted to earn some extra coin? Gortash must have had help from someone with infernal connections. Oh.
Gortash must have had help from someone with infernal connections. Any idea who?
Okay, DC of 15. Yeah, alright, we're rolling well. Almost double there.
Yeah, a diabolist with a loose sense of duty and a hunger to be richer than Mammon. I almost wish he'd asked me. I'd have told him to stick his gauntlet where the sun don't shine and wiped that smug little grin off his face. Conversation's over. I've got to sober up and get back to work.
Interesting because, yeah, we need to find a diabolist ourselves. Okay, so I think we're finally out of Sharess's Caress.
I'd probably break his nose.
Now, what have we not done? I don't remember. We did the flop house, right? Is that what this is? Yeah, the flop house. Fago's flop house. We did all of that. I think I went directly to...
Why does Worm's Crossing have so few lodges?
I went directly to Sharess's Caress because I really wanted to see what it was about. I feel like we talked to these two people, though. So I think basically everything past Sharess's Caress we've not done. Thodrick Shedivir, Fishmonger.
Succulent seafood, straight out the sea. Take your pick.
Take your pick. Okay, let's take a look at what he's got. He's got scarlet leather armor. That's about it. I'm going to sell all my wares. Thank you, friend.
Back soon. Fresh catch every day, guaranteed.
Okay, something seems a little off about him. We've got Layla.
Sorry, can't talk. Busy dealing with a prude.
We definitely talked to these people too because, yeah, they were discussing being prudish or whatever. Roberon Silk Art Trader.
Buy a painting. Go on, treat yourself.
I'll take a look. Buy a painting, eh? Beach at Dusk got a whole bunch of dyes. Lush Burgundy. I think I'll pass on these. What's this little chalice? Silver goblet.
Do come again.
Bye bye, my lord. Bye bye. Good boy. Good boy.
Oh, honey.
Mino Quilter.
Ham, cheese, fruit, veg. Oh, I'm forgetting something. Oh, what am I forgetting?
Ham, cheese, fruit, and veg. Callie Hammerhand.
No need to crowd me. There's enough food in this city to feed an army, fist, absolute, or otherwise.
Stop talking about food. I am so hungry. I'm literally about to go eat a leftover burrito and some chips and pico de gallo right after this episode ends, and I am savoring the very idea of it. Okay, so let's go into whatever room this is. I don't think we've done this. I don't know what this is. Frago's flop house. Okay, so that whole thing is the flop house. All right, so let's go back down here. Looks like this goes underneath somewhere. Let's see if we can find any secrets, perhaps. There's a wooden chest over there. Can I jump over? No, but if I switch over to Karlach, she assuredly could jump over here. Gold, fire, amber. Gonna add to wares, and a silk gland. And then where does this door go into, I wonder? Double doors, which is locked. I kind of want to go into that door from the other side. Let's jump over here. Okay, let's switch back to Tyr, give those ladies some room. They should be able to jump back because they were able to jump over here, but this is where it starts getting super weird. Oh, come on. You were literally able to jump over here. See, yeah, this is like so annoying when this happens.
So that's progress.
Maybe we could just go link up with them. What is this room? Velson Oaks Greengrocer.
Fruit? Vegetables? What can I do you for?
You gotta stop talking about food. You got to stop talking about food.
You know where to find me.
I know, and I am very hungry, man. I am very, very hungry. It's about to hit 1 o'clock p.m. here.
Danthulon's dancing axe. The Harper's safe house Jahira mentioned.
The Harper safe house Jahira mentioned. I do not remember that. Okay. Oh, they should be able to just jump over here, right? If I switch to...
What now?
Shadow. Oh! Actually, yeah, I am curious what's in this door. It almost seems like you do have to kind of lockpick your way in. No, stop jumping over. Okay, just everybody chill over here. All right, everybody stop. Okay, let's all hide. And then we'll lockpick this. 28 over 18. I almost feel like we're about to be attacked in here. Okay, those doors just go back out again. What's that little sack on the ground? I don't think it really matters too much. All right, so what do we got in here? Why is this locked up, I wonder? Hidden chest back here. 30 gold. Who is taking all of our gold? I think Lae'zel. Silver ingot we'll send to camp. Potion of greater healing we'll take. There's some hidden chests up there, too. Looks like just a hidden storage room, I guess. Now, I'm assuming if we open up the door from back here, it doesn't count, really. Like, no one's gonna catch us in a crime, basically. 12 out of 18. Failure. It doesn't really matter. We can just come back around the other side. But there's a 20. That's a nat 22. Not bad, not bad. Okay, what's up, everybody? Not doing anything nefarious, I promise.
Fabulous scent. It's perfect for a shirt.
Okay, so let's keep moving. I don't remember Jaheira mentioning any sort of place, but it sounds like something up ahead is exactly that. Cillian or Killian?
I'm not doing anything. I mean, good day to you.
Okay, you sound incredibly suspicious. Sauna.
If you are in need of some pleasurable assistance, might I direct you to Sharess's Caress? I only deal with referrals.
So she's a courtesan, but only works with referrals, which is interesting. Okay, what is this? So this is Sharess's Caress too, isn't it? Yeah, this is Sharess's Caress. So I'm assuming we've already been out over here. I think we walked the balconies as well.
In a word, sir, exquisite. Almost painfully so. My body burned like the
My body burned like the noonday sun? What is she talking about? Who is this guy? Just like a dude down here, and we can't even talk to him. That's interesting. Okay, so we got a little, like, hidden away section here where the downtrodden lie. And then that goes back up to the main street. So let's walk back here. Scented letter. Okay, so there's some interesting stuff in whatever building is directly above us. Let's go back this way. Bam, 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 bam. And what's down here?
Recommend.
I don't think there's anything we can really get to. There was a chest back over this way, I think, but we already got that, I'm pretty sure. So I think that's all good. We have 2 short rests, right? But we're doing pretty fine at the moment. Okay, that goes up to Sharess's Caress, and then we've got a building on the right and a building on the left. So let's start with the one on the right.
Calms Garms.
Carms Garms. Slowsy Arminifer.
Excuse me, we're discussing steel watcher gyrometics. A topic beyond your understanding, I imagine.
It's giving... What do I mean? Of course you haven't been to the Cloud District. Vinegaroon.
As if any of us would be...
Are you a Steel Watcher fan too? If so, we meet here every day to discuss their mechanics.
So they're discussing the Steel Watch, which is the robot army that Gortash has. Trinigan Gazots.
Or they're targeting watch.
My mate got thrown by a Steel Watcher. Lucky bugger. The trajectory was perfection.
Interesting take on that. Okay, let's go back over this way. Double doors. So we've got some sort of shop here. Carms Garms.
Invented the steel watch.
Darling, it's
Who's this guy trying to talk to us?
leather-like.
He's kind of moving all over the place.
In a word.
Nabir? Nabber?
Put him up! Put him up!
Put what up?
Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me!
Your fist, silly. I'm trying something out. My name's Narber, adventurer to be, soon to be the best adventurer anyone's ever seen. As soon as I figure out what kind of adventurer I want to be. What do you think? Can I be a fighter?
See, this guy's voice acting performance almost sounds like something I could do right now, and I'm wondering, like, if that's a streamer. It almost sounds like a streamer voice or something, as opposed to, like, a, you know, a voice actor. Which sounds very rude in retrospect if he is actually just a full-time voice actor, but hopefully you know what I mean. Could I be a fighter?
I could not give less of a shit.
Oh, all right then. Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, that guy almost seems like I'm getting like a Kickstarter vibe from this guy or something. Like somebody that, you know, contributed to the Kickstarter, was able to voice a character.
Mulworm Sendel, Icewind Dale Strandling, and Horde Scarab dye now on sale. Enjoy our new collection of luxury sleepwear, Neverwinter Nighties.
Neverwinter Nighties. Okay, we have Carmen Pennygood.
Ahoy, stranger. Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gums. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for?
You've not quite got the pattern nailed yet, Carmen.
Ugh. If it's empty patty you want, get your clothes from my brother Figaro. But if it's genuine quality and genuine taste you're after, Calm's Gums has you covered.
Oh, your brother was in danger. Oh, that's right.
Your brother is in danger. I found his name on a serial killer's list.
A killer? That's... gods. I've no love from my brother, but that's extreme. He doesn't deserve that. Thanks for warning me, but it's him that needs warning, and he never listens to me.
She took that extremely well, telling her that a serial killer is about to kill her brother.
So you don't get on with your brother?
You wouldn't either, if you knew him like I did. Since Dad died, he thinks he's cock of the bloody walk, that I should give up my shop and work for family business. For him, dick.
Maybe Figaro wanted his sister close. You just lost your dad, after all.
Maybe you should keep your nose out of where it doesn't bloody belong. Now, you want clothes or not?
Touchy! Let's take a look at your wares.
Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit.
How dare you? It looks amazing. Okay, Carmen Pennygood. So she just got a bunch of clothing and dyes. Not really anything I'm interested in.
Remember, Calm's Gums, here for all your fashion needs.
Yep, I'm aware. Thanks, Carm. Okay, I think I saw that there was a note back here. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, yeah. Ideas for new outfits. Ankle scarves, oxbow ties, bucket hats could be fashionable. Displacer cloaks hard to source outside of circus face ruffs, two-person waistcoats. Displacer cloaks almost sounds like a hint there or something. Okay, letter from Figaro. Dear sister, do take care not to tell your customers to return to face makers. I don't want them confusing your horrendous designs for my own. Hope this finds you blessed. Figaro.
Still here. Still have things to say.
Moonshade fleece.
Yeah, what is this knobber guy? He seems odd, like something else is going on. A fancy letter with the light musk of good perfume. Dearest Carmen, the work samples in your last correspondence were most exceptionally well received. In particular, those fabulous straw hats were a hit. The League of Basket Makers and Wicker Workers thought the patterns and structures were fabulous, and the hat shape themselves were not too far from their usual specification. They requested some more samples. Post haste, with more business to follow. Oh, happy day. Mistress Seamlock. Order of Master Tailors, Glovers, and Mercers, Waterdeep. The Needled Book. A book on advanced dressmaking fitted with materials like sparse needles, measures, and patterns. It is riddled with handwritten annotations, and most of its accoutrements have been removed. Why do I feel like this guy following us around is Orin? Anytime there's like a weird character, it seems to turn out to be Orin. So let's talk to him again.
Roar! 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 Are you scared? Did you wet your pants? Did you? Did you?
Okay. What's going on with this guy? Pretend to be terrified. Sure. DC of 10. Nat 1. Wow. Critical failure. I'm not going to use inspiration for this.
You're very kind, but I can tell you're humoring me. Everyone's always humoring me. Oh, well. Back to the Narbing board.
The Narbing? What's the deal with this guy? I feel like he's Orin or something. I don't know. It almost feels like there's something that we could do with him, but I'm not entirely sure.
As if any of us would be so.
Okay, Karm's Garm. We're going to the top floor here. Looks like we can steal some dyes. Cobalt dye.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all 3 stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Interesting. So they're not even going to be able to control it.
Note to self, restock 10 pounds taffeta and find an additional leather supplier. Incoming war equals increased Flaming Fist orders.
Ah. Okay, I guess I expected to see Figaro up here, but he is not, right? This is kind of a weird building to explore, but I think we got everything as far as I can tell. All right, well, let me know if there's anything with Nobber. I feel like there's something going on with him, and I don't know what. Or he could just be a joke character, obviously. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be where we end this episode. Right here, right now, Funk Soul Rubber. So yeah, moving forward, this is going to be the main project that we're going to be focusing on this Patreon YouTube channel. Yeah, we'll just put all the effort into Baldur's Gate 3. As I talked about on the main channel, I don't know exactly what my recording schedule is going to look like. So it's just going to kind of come down to, like, you know, when I'm able to record and what I will upload here. But if you've been paying attention to the Patreon channel and page, yeah, basically I do want to put a bigger focus on Baldur's Gate 3. I'm still kind of in the process right now of figuring everything out. So, yeah, at the very least, Baldur's Gate 3 will be the priority. Check out the new tiers on the Patreon page if you're interested. Join the Discord, links in the description. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I am very excited to see where this game goes. It's really heating up. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.